I must, for myself, examine the reasons I left the comfort of Kaldahar for a journey to Deeping Dale, the place of Isalore's birth. It is much like the assignments given to me by Uncle Oswald and Isilore himself. When Isilore left those lands near the inner sea for the spine of the world, he told his fellow druids he would send a student to replace him. This, I told myself, was why I left. But now, as I sit by the warmth of a fire in Mirabar, I realize what Isilore must have already known. I remember the details vividly. It started many years ago. The year was 1310 Dale Reckoning, when scouts from Burn Shander, the largest of the 10 towns, first reported sighting goblin warbands. Within weeks, a river of goblins had flowed forth from the spine of the world, and above that wave of death sailed a banner bearing the monstrous heads of the Chimera. The militiamen of the 10 towns would have been the Dale's only defense had the forces of fate been against Burn Shander. But Ulrich Dinsmore, the mayor of the town of Targos, urged the council to send a messenger south to the port cities of Laskan and Neverwinter. Laskan had problems of her own, but fearful of repercussions, the captains of Laskan devised a simple plan. Throughout the city, they posted notices promising wealth and fame. With lean work in the northern port city, many mercenaries and thugs were lured to the ships that would take them even further north. And so their ships crept through the sea of moving ice and onto the Shangarn River.
Are you almost done?
They bragged of the deeds they would perform and the castles they would purchase. Lost in their reverie, they were blind to the throngs of goblins and orcs that lay in wait.
Who gets killed by a goblin?
Only a few ships survived the assault. Those that continued up the river watched as the town of Bremen burned. One of the 10 towns had already fallen. Many wondered, as I often wonder, what difference only a few can make against so many, and in the midst of such terrible circumstances.
I don't know. Okay, I am playing a really old game. It's Icewind, but you can see too, it's the second one, and we're gonna start a game. Now, I'm not really good with this kind of game. I mean, I haven't even finished this game at all, so this, you know, might be a problem. I'm really not even good with the numbers and shit. I don't even know, like, you know, socials, you know, shit. Let's just do this, you know, just make, you know what, let's just make a really fun one. This looks like a Nicolas Cage. You know what, we're gonna go with the Wicker Man kind of Nicolas Cage. Of course, Nicolas Cage is human, just like us. He's our fellow man. And just as, you know, Wicker Man, he was also a fighter. He fought, you know, you know, and he was awfully a good person, because he was a cop in that movie. Obviously, we all know from my pictures, Nicolas Cage is very strong. He could take a lot of punishment. But, you know, he wasn't the smartest tool in the shed, and he wasn't, you know, really, you know, the brightest. But, you know, you have to give it to him. He could, you know, beat up women in a bear suit, so he has a lot of dexterity as well. You know, Nicolas Cage is known for that, you know, flexibility. Obviously alchemy, because he's, you know, good for drug. You know, he's obviously does a lot of drugs. You know, he makes drugs. But I guess that doesn't go with the Wicker Man 2, you know. Wicker Man, not Wicker Man 2. Wicker Man. So yeah. Obviously, Nicolas Cage, if I remember, is good at searching. You know, he's good at searching. You know, that's what he's good. And also, wildness lore. So, Nicolas Cage, what weapon did he use in that movie? A crossbow. Also, a gun. And let's see here. Let's see. Nicolas Cage would be also, if he had a chance, would use a sword. I guess it would be a large sword. But, you know, Nicolas Cage, you know, works out a lot, so he has a really strong back. Oh, wow. Nicolas Cage. Oh, my. Let's see. Nicolas Cage. What kind of Nicolas Cage?
God grant me
voice?
strength. You'll soon sleep with the...
Yeah, that sounds like
You
Nicolas
need
Cage.
bug.
That sounds like Nicolas Cage at all. It really sounds like him. The voice actor who did that, obviously, was probably not Nicolas Cage. Shit! Can't spell cage. Oh boy. I think I have time for one more character. So, obviously, you know who's, Nicolas Cage's main man in real life? Obviously, a small man who's, you know, pretty hairy. You know, you probably know him, but if you don't, let's see here. He's obviously friends with Danny DeVito. And let's go with Philadelphia, Danny DeVito. He's obviously goal-driven. You know, that guy's, you know, goal-driven motherfucker. Let's see, he's also a fighter. Danny DeVito works out, but I think he's only for himself, you know, he's a really for himself kind of guy. I mean, you know, unlike Nicolas Cage, where he's, you know, Nicolas Cage is very desperate, but Danny DeVito is not the wisest person. And he smells pretty funny as well. But he's also good with fighting. And he's probably some smarty pants. Not that smart. Let's just do it. Maybe he has some charisma, you know. He has some little bit, not, you know, too much. You know what to say. I never watched, you know, Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I'm assuming that Danny DeVito knows how to, you know, make drugs. And if Danny DeVito was given a weapon, I would, you know, say he would be slicing some niggas up, you know? Obviously. And he's a tough guy. You know, he has that toughness. You know, real tough kind of guy. And here, let's see here.
Come here, you
Yep,
wretch.
that's Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito. Okay, that's for today.